All right, so we got the Bills. They beat the Ravens and finally won their first one-score game in 2 years.
Yep.
It was the biggest comeback of Josh Allen's career. And the Ravens went for a 4th and goal, and when they could have kicked the easy field goal that would have put them ahead.
Yep.
They also could have let Buffalo score, but they didn't do that.
Yep.
Are the Ravens their own worst enemy, and does Josh Allen getting back into the swing of things scare you?
Okay. Let's talk about the Bills first, then Josh Allen. First, you mentioned their first one-score victory in 2 years.
Right.
That was something I was talking quite a bit about because I thought it was noteworthy. And then my buddy, a guy I like a lot, even though he makes way too much money to not be able to afford T-shirts that fit him, Kyle Brandt, tweeted, RIP to the stupid-ass Buffalo Bills can't win a close game topic. You know what's really frustrating to me? When people decide that a obvious, clear, totally legitimate topic is dumb because it goes against their priors. Because it goes against what they believe to be true. You believed going into the year the Bills were this unstoppable juggernaut. You believed going into the year that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in modern NFL history. And so the fact that they gag away a Dolphins game, it's like, oh, that's interesting. They haven't won a close game in 2 years. You're like, oh, those topics are dumb. They're not dumb. And I don't know about you guys. I thought yesterday showed why the Bills are a very good team, but it also showed why this idea
that they're
the juggernaut, once again, where's the evidence? The second half against the Rams and the Titans game? Great. I'm happy for you. And people are like, oh, they're so banged up. They're banged up on defense. Why is the offense, that Ravens team, Mac Jones was more
effective?
He threw a bunch of picks. It wasn't more effective, but he moved the ball in the Ravens more than Josh Allen did. Now, the weather was terrible. I give him credit for that. But at some point, there's a few ways to be considered the best quarterback in football. Typically, it goes like this: win a league MVP and or win a Super Bowl as the guy. Josh Allen has never come within spitting distance of either one. And okay, well, if that's the case, you're projecting it, then have a dominant kick-ass start to finish season. We'll see. That was a great comeback, though, and they did win a close game, and I give them credit for it. Now, on the Ravens side of things, we got to be fair here. Everyone calling Lamar Jackson league MVP through 3 weeks. Lamar was not good yesterday. And Lamar was a huge reason they lost that game. And Harbaugh not kicking the field goal is the obvious right decision, because the idea is we kick a field goal, we're up 3, and Harbaugh said as much afterwards. The Bills are hard enough to get off the field in 3 downs. Right. If they're trailing with 3 minutes left, now they're a 4-down team. Almost impossible to get them off the field.
Right.
They have a good field goal kicker. They're going to end up getting in field goal range, and you're going to overtime.
Right.
If you go for the touchdown and get it, you're up 7. But where Lamar really screwed up was, one of the other reasons you go for it is if you don't get it, they are backed up against their own 2-yard line, and they have to be super conservative, and they're probably going to end up punting it away to you. Lamar did the one thing you can't do in that spot: throw a pick in the end zone.
Nope.
Throwing a pick even isn't so devastating if somehow you throw a pick short of the end zone.
Right.
But throwing a pick in the end zone, now it's the worst of all worlds. They get the ball in the 20, and you have no points.
Right.
So, listen, Lamar's been exceptional. That team's really banged up. I'm not going to kill Lamar, but that was a bad job by the Ravens. You're up 20-3 and you don't score again.
Yeah.
That's a bad one. And now the Ravens are 2-2, and in their 2 losses, they have been up 17 and 21.
Right.
That's a problem for them. And it's when the Bengals are starting to get right. The Browns have been, even though I told you guys stay away from that Browns bet. Oh, that was one of the most popular bets in the world. By the way, at some point, we're going to have to talk about DeMonze lasting precisely 5 days on the I'm Not Betting Football wagon, and then signing up for a new site, using free money to do it, and then thinking,
what's the quotes for?
well, you had to deposit money to get the free money. You had to deposit money to get the free money, and here's guessing that money you deposited is getting gambled. But set that aside. The best part was the whole day thought he had Jacksonville plus 6.5, was so mad at them for blowing it, and then in the evening realizing he bet the Jags on the money line.
Tragic.
I mean, had bet the. Do you know how mad he would have been if they would have somehow covered?
Livid.
You wouldn't have been able. You would have been looking at it. What? They screwed me. Look at this. Look, they're not paying. They said I lost.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.